That's right.
Last week, they didn't play last week. So now we're back. We're back. This is great. Yeah. Where are they going? It's late and
Oh, it's a great song.
Good, how are you? A little bit. Sorry.
and that's why I'm just
You guys don't have fun. It's a hard edit.
No, see, that's it. We're gonna get in trouble.
All right, we're gonna get started.
Good, are you?
How are you?
Good, are you?
Good.
You want the big one?
Take it.
All right.
All right, we'll get started with two of the Dodger heroes from last night. Who's got the first question for Will and Emmett? We'll start with Bill, the fourth row on your right, guys.
Okay, it's the day after you've had a chance, Will, to go through all your texts. How many were there?
I had like 500 after the game, and I think I've had 500 more since going through all of them. So it's never ending.
I'll go to Jim up front.
Congratulations. Has it been like a dream for you?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I woke up this morning still not feeling like last night had happened. So it was an out of body experience.
How surprised are you at how well you are? How surprised are you at the whole situation?
I mean, a week ago I was in Arizona, throwing live ABs. So just being on the roster and being in the World Series was a surprise. And so then, getting to throw game one was cool, and then yeah, yesterday was just even cooler, I guess. Yeah.
Beth in the second row.
Will, what's it like to people have been going, who is Will Klein, to, hey, Will Klein, I love that guy.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I've seen some of the stuff on Twitter and Instagram, and it's a complete 180 from where I was earlier this year, and just being on the good side of people is a lot better than the other side. So it's been pretty crazy.
And Emmett, what's it kind of just been, although he's just kind of been with the team a short time relatively, what's it been like just kind of seeing this metamorphosis?
It's awesome. I played with Will in OKC this year in AAA. I saw the stuff and how nasty he is and how great of a competitor he is. So it's not a surprise for me. But yeah, it's really cool to see.
We'll go across the aisle here. Oh, sorry. We'll go with Eric as we get the microphone over here. Eric on your right.
Emmett, your starter all year and your career, and now pitching in the bullpen. How tough of a transition has that been, and what have you done differently in the last month or so to sort of prepare for all this?
It definitely wasn't the easiest at first. I struggled a little bit, but I think just leaning on the other guys in the bullpen. I had Kirsch down there and I had Glass down there at the start to try to work through it with, and then trying to learn from the older guys, the veterans in the bullpen that have helped me a lot.
Some guys, when they go to the bullpen, their stuff plays up. Do you feel your stuff is playing up while pitching in relief?
I don't know, honestly. It feels pretty much the same. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Right up front.
Yeah, Emmett, for both of you, really, when you're in the bullpen, especially in the World Series, what does it feel like? You're a starter, Emmett, and what are the conversations like with Kirsch, with the other guys, and is the adrenaline really running now that we're in the World Series?
I think so, yeah. I can't speak for everybody, but I think it's just, doing whatever it takes to win. That's the main theme, so.
And any conversations that you guys have, what are you sort of talking about? Are you just focusing on the game, or?
For the most part, yeah. It's just normal bullpen conversations. It's kind of hard to describe. I don't know, but I'm trying to learn the ways to go about it.
About 5 rows back on your right, Bob.
For you, Will, what was it like last night meeting Sandy Koufax, and was there any text message or social media thing that surprised you the most?
Yeah, getting to meet Sandy after the game was, kind of surreal. He's obviously a legend, a Dodger legend, baseball legend, and just getting to meet him and shake his hand was just kind of put it all into perspective. And then when I was talking to, I think it was MLB after the game, just they showed me CC's tweet, and just seeing that was kind of crazy, because you go up watching these guys, and now they're watching you and taking acknowledging it, and so that was really cool to see.
And Emmett, was that cool for you too, to see Sandy Koufax stay all 18 innings and be in your clubhouse afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. He's awesome. He's been around the clubhouse. I've talked to him a few times, and he's the best.
We'll stay there with Mike.
Just for both of you guys, what's it like watching Ohtani have that kind of night he had last night, getting on base 9 times, and then to think about the fact he's coming back and pitching today?
I couldn't do it. I don't know. Just being able to hit 2 home runs, doubles, and then walk, and then go through whatever happened yesterday, and then now he's going to go out and I'm sure do something equally as insane, and go pitch and then hit as well as he did yesterday too. And it's just, there's never going to be another guy like that, so just being able to be around him is really, really cool.
Go to Jack and Emmett, do you want to add anything on that?
No, I think that sums it up, yeah. It's incredible. It's crazy.
I'll go Jack in the middle.
Will, what did Sandy tell you when he came in there?
I'm still don't remember a whole lot from yesterday, but it was more along the lines good job, congrats, just kind of talking about how it went, and just what it took to go through that.
And then when you got traded here, what was that period like for you, changing organizations again? And what did you kind of find over these last 5 months here with this team to especially seem trust your stuff in the zone a little bit more and be able to attack guys like you did last night?
Yeah, a lot of it's like the confidence you see in the other pitchers here, and just going after guys. And a big thing too was the addition of a sweeper when I got here. McGinnis and Pryor really helped me with that, helped me attack righties a little better. And so there's that, and staying in the mindset of just going after guys and just pounding the zone. And you see it after a couple successful outings, like if they're not hitting it, and you just like keep building on that within yourself, and so just getting the reps doing that.
How did you find out you're getting traded here?
I mean, I got DFA'd the day before, and they told me to wait around, and then the next or that night, I think they told me the Dodgers were trading for me. I was like, well, that's really cool. And the next day I was in LA, so it was a quick turnaround. Nothing like glamorous or anything. Like I woke up to a 9 a.m. missed phone call and a text saying, hey, call me back, and found out I was DFA'd and really low then, and then that night got traded to the Dodgers and like really high then. And so it was a crazy day, and it's all worked out pretty well, I'd say.
Beth in the second row on your right.
Well, have you, I know you're from Bloomington, have you heard from your old high school coach or any folks back there?
Yeah, I've heard from every coach I've ever had. High school, travel, college, probably T-ball. Middle school put a picture up from yesterday in their hallways, so that was cool. So there's been a lot of support from Bloomington, which has been great.
So in other words, nobody cares that John Mellencamp is from there anymore?
No, he's got a cool house there, though.
Just a quick follow-up. I know you had said when there was nobody left in the bullpen except you. Well, just kind of, were you talking to yourself? Were you trying to psych yourself up? Were you thinking, I'm going to get called on any minute here? Or what was going through your mind? I
mean, yeah, like as soon as Henriquez went out there, I was like, I'm the last one. And, he ran 2 great innings. I was like sick, and, you're hoping we walk it off there. And if you don't, I was like, all right, well, we're not losing this game. And I was going to go out there until apparently Yama was, ready to go. So just really glad we didn't have to see what happened there.
We'll stay over there with Ron.
For you, in these postseason games where you're coming in and you start innings with no one on base, how different is that from the automatic runner when you're always coming in to start an inning with a runner on second?
It's so much better.
I've never done the automatic runner, but yeah, I would assume it's better.
It's it changed the way you pitch when you come in and there's already a runner on second?
Yeah, like you come in with a guy on second, I feel like the automatic thinking is they're going to bunt, and then you got to get ready for that. And then it's basically like if most teams execute that, you're coming in with a guy on third, 1 out. And so then you're playing a lot more for a strikeout there and like weak contact versus, just like kind of going at guys not caring. But I'm just, you don't get 18 innings of baseball with a ghost runner. So I had a lot more fun yesterday.
Far back on your left, Kirsten.
Will, I know we've talked about how just the last 72 hours, the whirlwind it's been for you and your wife, but just what was the reaction and the conversation amongst the two of you guys last night? Just really kind of, if you were able to take a step back and just kind of reflect on this moment and how special this is for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it has set in yet. I think we talked about it's not really going to kind of, the weight of it's not going to set in until we're at home, like after all this is done, and we got to get to reflect about how the year has even gone in itself, let alone being in the World Series, let alone, yesterday. But we kind of tried to sit there yesterday and, just enjoy the moment a little bit. And then, got family coming out today, so that'll be fun to get to spend some time with them and experience it with them as well. But yeah, I don't think that'll set in for a long time.
And I know you guys are just kind of riding the high of the adrenaline right now. Guys have sleepy eyes, it's a thing. But when it comes to kind of finding ways to get your body ready, Will, I'm sure you're probably shut down. But Emmett, how are you finding just kind of wanting to be available, whether tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I want to pitch whenever they ask me to. I think it's just, trying to get sleep, trying to get my recovery in after the game. Obviously, we were really happy last night, but we got to get 2 more wins. So, yeah, I was trying to just stay ready.
Third row on your right, guys.
Emmett, it's no small feat you achieved this year coming back from surgery. How would you describe the way your stuff played pre-surgery to what it is now?
Thank you. I don't think it's too different. I think there's a couple different things with the arsenal. Slider's a little different, changeup's a little different, but overall it's pretty fastball heavy. I think it's just a little. I know how to use it a little better now, I think, and that comes from Mark and Connor talking to me about it, and all the minor league guys too. David Anderson and Ryan Denick and Rob Hill working with us. But yeah, I think it's just knowing how to use it.
Was it at all a challenge to make that transfer back to the bullpen? Was it a little bit more difficult?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just an adjustment, learning on the fly. But yeah, like I said, I had a lot of veterans down there that have done it for a long time that helped me out and showed me the ropes.
Up front of your left, guys.
Thank you. Will, last night was last night. You've got a game tonight. How many innings are you good for?
As many as they need. Hopefully 0.
Go to the 5th row on your right, Bob.
Well, obviously last night you were on an adrenaline rush, but how do you feel this morning? Can you tell the difference? It's about twice as long as you ever gone?
I think I'm still on the adrenaline rush. Yeah, I mean, definitely, sore and body's tired, but so is everyone. I mean, everyone played 18 innings yesterday. Will caught 18 innings, and he's going to go out there and catch again today somehow. So, I mean, it's the World Series. It could be your last, game of the year. So, like, you find ways to not be, sore and tired and, just keep going.
And you mentioned family coming in today. They weren't there last night?
No, they could not make it yesterday, unfortunately, but I think I'll get to spend a little more time with them today, probably.
Take a last couple. Sonia, far back on your left.
Emmett, did you kind of make any adjustments from the last outing in Toronto to last night?
Yeah, I think so. I think, it was pretty similar to what I did in Toronto. I think it's just more scouting stuff and realizing, when people are going to be aggressive and when they're not. Trying to keep them off balance. That's just the name of the game, I think. But no, I think it's just a confidence thing. It was kind of like I already failed once, so I might as well just go in there and do whatever this time. So yeah, I think that was it.
You think also just having a clean inning, no one on base, like that's obviously more what you're used to coming into a game. Did that have an impact?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think it's always a little more comfortable starting with no one on base, for sure.
And we'll finish with Nobu, far back on your right.
Well, I'm sorry, I just a little bit late to come. So if my question is about your T-shirts.
Oh,
what does it mean?
So Tani, he's the GOAT. And I felt like it was appropriate after yesterday and about what he's going to do today. So, yeah, he's just the most unreal player I think any of us have ever seen. And so I don't think he needs us to wear the shirt, but I feel like it's good luck. So,
all right, guys, thanks for your time. Hope you slept fast.
No way. Let's go. What year? 01.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You ever meet Mike Campino?
He's a good friend of mine.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you mind to get your picture?
Of course, yeah.
I was texting him, and he's very, very proud of me.
He just texted me yesterday. Yeah, he's the best.
That's awesome. We're gonna get this up on the PC.
He's awesome. He brought us out to Penn State last year for.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we gotta get back with that.
Yeah, did you go to Florida?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, my son's a client there.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Where do you guys live?
the Upper East Side.
Oh, cool. Awesome. I think we're gonna live. Me and Ben Spears are gonna live somewhere in the city.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're gonna get together.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, great to meet you. I'll tell Coach I saw you.
Take care.
Yes.
No, I kept sets and I would, I went to a city game where they're just guarding 10, 20, 30. I mean, yes. The best job. No, it's too close to the time where you get shocked and they're gone by the end. There's no loss. And, I mean, I would only get a game here. Last fall. So, you know, it's a zero reception. The other guy is oh, it's efficient. 3-point play. Is it the 3 number? So he can shout the 3-point basket. Yeah. You know what happens? That's you still on. This is 3 minutes. You just have to try to stop. I'm saying they kind of right. So you want to do this. What do you have to do? How can I stop? Maybe the opposite of demolishment. Yeah, I know you know it because they can never do it. No, not the new one. The old one, yeah, it was like my friends. Yeah, I was just kind of, it was all fits like over there. So I just had to call it. Well, at the time that you push it, try to do like one little spacer doesn't come out. Did you have to do fish counts? Yeah. Because the fish I didn't hear, I didn't put it down. Somebody called in the trousers. Skelly Burgess said something. She was like one of her secretary. She took the fish count. Somebody called in the trousers. And so I was like, no, cut it out. That's what they call them the trousers. Flats open, 3 caps on, and 1 couch. So it's sad if I didn't hear rockfish, if I didn't heard it, I didn't hear it. I would even call it making so. start arguing. Sometimes I just when he catches you, sports, sometimes I give them pretty false information just to start. No, some guys I would tell you that. I used to check when I was busy, I just checked. Orange County edition. Not push forward. So who was 3627? David Hughes. It's not hard to say 64. And what was the main sports in the call? Didn't even answer. What's your score? Right now. Watch the guys. So I work with as a photographer. And like he shoot games, like if you ever meet someone shooting your store, it's like a river shoot. Oh really? You just try to move closer and closer back. He was on the East Coast. Yeah, when I saw him last week, yeah, I think on a story of Homecoming night, it was full of 8 sets. Then we have Patriots defeating did you ever cover County Walking with seems like they're watching this. Yeah, I mean, and every time John Schneider watching the Sunday after they're watching they didn't have to because they always play Birmingham High School on Saturday. Yeah, it's a running back. Yeah, he's a running back.
Yeah.
Actually, he was a medical trainer.
Here, we're just more interested.
So I mean, I complain about something. It's like, hey man, I know this news. I can send on it. That's what you do with manager is. That's all I complain about something. What they do is about it. It's like PS9.
All right, we'll get started with Blake, who has the first question. We'll start with Jim right up front. We'll get you the microphone, Jim.
Oh, thank you. Blake, thanks. And what did you learn from your previous experience that will help you this time around?
Yeah, I mean, I just learned things I did wrong, things I did right. I can't really tell you because then that's telling them. But yeah, just fastball command needs to be better. I mean, that's apparent to anyone. But yeah, I mean, I could say it after the game, but I'm not going to say it before.
Far back on your left, Kirsten.
We talked to a lot of other guys just about last night, but what was it like for you just kind of seeing everything unfold, 18 innings, the bullpen, all of that?
Yeah, just, just confidence in the team, the guys that were going to find a way to win. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, with this team, I've played on so many teams, and every team's different every year, but this team, there's just a confidence and a belief about us that's different, and that we know we're going to win, we're going to find a way to win. And we're so connected as a team. It's been a lot of fun just to be a part of it and just chase winning.
For Game 1, Dave Roberts and honestly others have talked about just the competitor that you are. Being in the World Series, having a second opportunity to face this lineup, just is there an underlying feeling for you or just another drive for you to want to kind of put yourself in a better position to perform on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for the first start and what I was able to learn and how much better I got from that. And then, beyond excited that I have another opportunity tomorrow to really display, the kind of pitcher that I am and that I'm striving to be. And I really can't wait for it. I'm so excited, and yeah, it's you want to contribute, and when we're winning and we're in the World Series, there's no better moment than right now.
Fifth row on your right, Blake. Mike.
Blake, just what goes through your mind watching Ohtani do what he did last night, reaching base 9 times, and then the fact he's got to come back and pitch today?
I mean, I could safely, I don't want to say safely because he'll probably break it, but I don't think I'll see that ever again, 9 times in a row, like reach base in one game. At least I hope not. That's a lot. Yeah, but like it doesn't even amaze me with him anymore. It's just he's gonna do spectacular things all the time, and it's just gonna be normal for him. And it's just the standard that he holds himself to and he creates is pretty amazing. And just to see the respect of the other side with intentionally walking him, then we're gonna pitch to him, and no, we're not. We're gonna walk him again, and just to see what he's able to do is pretty amazing.
Were you on the other side? Would you want to pitch Ohtani?
Yeah, I'm pitching. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing to lose. Yeah.
Go to the third row on your right, Rowan.
Hey, Blake, as the extra innings are piling up last night, where are you kind of watching from? Are you thinking, oh, do I need to go get ready? Like, what's kind of going through your mind as that's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think I was gonna have the opportunity to pitch. I was like, oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna find a way to win here every extra inning. Then it just kept going and going. Then Mark came and talked to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm good if you need me. And then Dave got Yama going, and I was like, okay, well, who's next? It's pretty apparent I'd be the only one next. So then I was just thinking, I'd rather get ready now and, just be ready to go out there. But, those are kind of the combos with Mark and then in my own head. But I'm very thankful Yama didn't have to go out there, and I didn't have to get ready, and we were able to win in the 18th.
You'll stay in the third row, Blake.
Blake, in August, you faced the Padres, and you faced them a week later. And then in September, you faced the Phillies and faced them in the postseason close together. How beneficial was that to face a team that close together?
Yeah, I like it. I think, it doesn't matter, good or bad start, the first game, it doesn't matter, because the second game, I always feel is going to be better because they always say it's advantage hitter because they've seen you, but I think it's advantage pitcher because you've pitched against them, you know what they can do. It's fresh in your head, you have an idea. yeah, like I just pitched against them and didn't execute, and now I have an opportunity to go execute and see how good I am and how much those 5 days in between got me locked in to be the best version of me. So I like it a lot, and I'm gonna pitch the same to some guys, different to some guys. Like you're gonna go through that battle, but I like it because there's a comfort to it. Like you've already faced them, you know what they can do. Now you just got to execute.
One row ahead, Beth.
Blake, Will Klein was the last reliever standing down there, and young guy a lot of people might have flinched in that situation coming in and what the circumstances were. What did you kind of think of his emotional maturity there and how he handled it?
No, I mean, I loved it. I mean, the last two guys that came out of the bullpen are both throwing 100. That's like, what? Those are the last two guys we're bringing out of the bullpen. But no, to see what he was able to do in battle, and you could tell, I mean, even especially that last inning that he threw, he was on fumes. That was just willpower, and I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, it goes together. But yeah, it really was. And to see him, give everything that he had, and I mean, he got us that win. I mean, without him, we probably don't win. And he's only been on this roster. He was an AZ before. I mean, you can't make that up. No, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that's a story he'll have the rest of his life.
Other questions for Blake? Anything else? All right, Blake, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
It's an odd time. Just whenever you know it's
All right, we'll take a few questions for Doc. We'll start in the fifth row on your left, Doc, with Fabian.
Dave, first off, is Will Klein available today?
I would say he's down today. What a performance.
And obviously, Shohei was kind of dealing with the cramping last night. Is that something that you expect to sort of keep a closer eye on him, especially as he's pitching tonight, or is there anything that changes with his workload, just considering how long last night's game lasted?
Yeah, I think with Shohei, feels good today. I think it's one of those we're just going to read and react. No expectations, just kind of see how he feels, how he looks, and then go from there. And obviously, last night was taxing on both clubs' pens, but it's kind of an all hands on deck situation. You kind of figure out who's available and who feels good enough to pitch tonight.
Fifth row on your right, Jack.
Dave, how close did you get to having to use a position player on the mound last night?
If Roki or if Yamamoto couldn't have taken the ball in the 19th, it was probably going to be Miguel Rojas. So that's kind of where we were at. Blake Snell just threw a bullpen earlier yesterday, and then Shohei dealing with the cramps that night, last night, wasn't going to pitch. And so it was one of those, it was either Yamamoto or Miguel Rojas in a World Series game.
And you guys use a lot of pitchers over the course of each season. To see somebody like Will, who's kind of in that depth group, not only kind of perform like that, but sacrifice and give so much to the team. Like, what does that tell you about him, and kind of what has your relationship been with him, over the years he's coming back and forth, and just kind of what you had learned about him even before last night?
Will Klein?
Yeah.
Yeah, great young man. He has been to been with a couple different organizations. Has been all in with the Dodgers, and up and down our player development guys. He was a guy that wasn't really a strike thrower, but really challenging him. Here at the big league level, I think our coaches have done a fantastic job of cleaning at the delivery, challenging to be in the hitting zone, working on a slider, and great young man. And it's one of those things that you don't really know until you throw somebody in the fire and see how they respond. And so it was just really good to see, how he responded last night.
Third row, you're right, Rowan.
Dave, I'm just curious, as the adrenaline of last night kind of wears off, how quickly are you able to actually go to sleep when you wake up today? Is there an extra cup of coffee? Like, how do you kind of bounce back from something like that?
I think everyone's certainly different. I took a little sleep aid to get off my high and woke up with clarity, freshness, and excited to go tonight.
Go to Ron in the second row.
After watching how last night played out, would you ever want them to consider the ghost runner in postseason?
No. I think that it's baseball in its truest form, and part of winning a 7-game series is, if there are games like that, then to have to go through the battle of attrition with pitching. It's hard once you get into the extra innings to not play for one swing, which you saw both teams certainly doing. That's a strategy in itself. We had our chance, a couple chances, and couldn't come through. So I do like the way it is, and also for the regular season, the way it's structured.
And after watching also last night with Blake, in the future, would you think twice about maybe holding off the off-day bullpens just in case you need some guy in reserve?
No. There's also, you can't plan for 18 innings, and you got to plan for what's certain, and his start is certain.
Go to Sonia, the fourth row on your left.
Dave, when you're managing the bullpen tonight, how much do you have to take into account, Game 5 tomorrow, and how does that affect some of the guys whose pitch counts got a little higher yesterday?
I think it's, managing a plus game, managing a lower leverage game, how I decide to do it. It's all kind of contingent on who's available. But, if we have a chance to win tonight, we're going to put the best guys capable to do that and pick up the pieces.
And Tommy Edman, finished yesterday in center field. How much of an option is he out there for you? Could he potentially start a game out there?
I'm not saying it's 0% chance. That was kind of where we were at with, the game, trying to keep guys in there. But yeah, it's certainly a possibility, and obviously it's kind of heading towards Andy. But I did think that Andy still took some good at bats. I really do, and it's just he's having a hard time having anything to show for it. But the defense is still good, and I just still feel the fight, the compete, and when he gets good pitches, he's just got to find a way to finish it. But I'm not there yet.
Further back on your left, Kirsten.
Dave, the last 2 years we've learned so much about Shohei Ohtani, and this year I know you've talked about how just who he is as the DH and who he is as the pitcher. Last night when you guys went and checked on him, just kind of managing that cramping, what do you learn about a guy like him on the stage like this when he wants to stay out there, and also understanding that he is going to be today's starter? And how have you learned just kind of managing him in these moments?
It's trust. It's kind of getting to know the person, the player, and what his limitations are. He was not going to come out of the game at that point, but if later on in the game, if there was a run scoring, I'd have taken him out. But I didn't want to just kind of take him out of the game for fear that his spot was going to come up again, which it ended up coming up 3 or 4 times. But yeah, he's in great shape, very well conditioned. I expect him to be ready for today, and this guy is a different kind of athlete and a different brain.
Bill, up front on your left.
Yeah, Dave, if we told you a month ago that you would have been considering the idea of putting a position player in to pitch in a tied World Series game, would you have assumed that you were under the influence of one of those sleep aids?
Absolutely, Bill. Yes, I would have thought I was under the influence of something, for sure.
And Will Smith caught all 18 innings last night. What'd you think of that effort? How much consideration did you give to A, pulling him last night, or B, not starting him today?
So I texted him this morning and said, how do you feel? He said he felt great, which I would expect that. I was trying to hold as long as I could because I felt, again, certainly when we got to the end over there with their pen, they were just left-handed pitchers, and they were going to run Lauer. So to have him in there, potentially we still needed to find a way to score. But if there was a situation where I needed to run for him, I had a couple guys ready, and Ben was ready. But I was trying to hold on to him as long as I could.
JP?
And just to follow up on that, do you have any degree of concern with his hand, and is that something that you're watching and seeing how he responds to?
No, I haven't heard anything about his hand in a couple weeks, so I'm sure it's not 100%. But yeah, yesterday's 18 innings was certainly incredible, and so that's something I'm probably going to keep more of an eye on than the hand.
Far back on your right, Dave.
Hi. For casual or international viewers even, how would you convey the mental and physical challenges of what Shohei Ohtani is achieving on a regular basis?
I don't think I don't have a good answer. I can try in the sense of you're talking about two people, I guess 2 people in one, who have to realize crazy expectations, probably unattainable for a person. and to be in one, and then to kind of have the body and mind work together to perform at the highest level with all eyes on him. And so I just don't think there's a comparable if you're talking about one human being.
Far back on your right, Jesse.
Dave, put yourself in Mookie's shoes. What's it like, do you think, for him? Is it different when the guy ahead of him gets intentionally walked that often compared to just getting on base through a single? Like, what's his mindset, you think, with these opportunities after Shohei walks?
Mookie's very matter of fact, understanding the game and the strategy behind it, and the way Shohei's swinging the bat, the way Mookie's swinging the bat right now. He even said it. He's like, I can't blame him. He would do the same thing. There's a certain competitor that comes out, certainly, and you want to make the other team pay for that decision. And that's certainly in there. So I'm going to keep betting on Mookie hitting behind Shohei, and if they keep giving him opportunities, I know he's going to come through.
I'll finish up with Jim because Isaiah's here.
Skipper, being the student of the game as you are, what are some of the lessons learned so far in this series?
The lessons are you've got to just believe in your players, hope that they're prepared and going to perform well in big spots. And I guess you don't know what you don't until you know. And, Henriquez, Robleski, Will Klein, Will Smith catching 18 innings. There's just a lot of things that until guys get in the fire, you don't know about a guy. So it was just really good to see. And so that's probably a takeaway.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, we're going to get started with Isaiah. Isaiah, thanks for coming in. Who has the first question for IKF? Who's up first for Isaiah? We'll start far back on your left with Mitch.
Hey, Izzy, I'm sure you guys showed up a little later to the park, but just what does a day like this pregame look like for you guys, given all the baseball last night?
I think we just treat it like a day game, 1 o'clock Sunday day game in the regular season. Get into work, just get the bodies going. But a tough game overall last night, but got to flush it and find a way to get the bodies going for today. And just treat it like a Sunday 1 o'clock game.
You guys have had a pretty loose clubhouse all year before games. What is kind of the vibe in there with the team?
Same vibe. Guys are playing cards, messing around already. So, they do a good job of keeping everything loose. And, nothing really changes.
About 6 rows back on your far right, Isaiah. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Isaiah, you're one of several key players who have come over to this team in the middle of the season and have been counted on for some big moments in the postseason. What's your perspective on just the mentality of getting acclimated to a new group, new city, new teammates, and then getting ready to play on the game's biggest stage?
Yeah, I think the clubhouse is definitely awesome. So being able to step into that is, the guys make it easy. It also helps that I was originally signed here before I got traded, so that helps a lot. But the guys do an amazing job of helping us stay loose. And it was it's a great clubhouse. It's easy to play for, the city. It's easy to play for Snides. But we just got to do everything we can to try to win the game tonight.
Up front on your right, Mr. Hill.
Skipper, what are some of the lessons learned so far in this series that will really help you not only in this series but in the long run?
Just the magnitude of every out. I think the magnitude of every out, base running mistakes, swinging at bad pitches, everything matters in this type of series. And I feel like, in the World Series, everything is magnified. So just making sure that, everybody stays within ourselves, but every out is huge.
And the row behind, Ron.
Given your mop-up mound experience, did you start to wonder if there was a chance you were going to wind up pitching last night?
I honestly, it was give props to Yamamoto for getting out there last night. Once I think we were looking at Klein in the third inning, and we were like, all right, let's keep this guy in because I'm pretty sure that was their last arm. And once we saw Yamamoto get up there, I actually was like looking around who was going to go up for us, and I saw Bieber go up there in our bullpen. And honestly, a lot of respect for Bieber for going up there, and a lot of respect for Yamamoto for seeing him in their bullpen as well.
Did you start thinking that after Bieber, you might?
I was thinking before him that someone was going to go out. I thought, someone was going to go out on their side first, and then I seen Yamamoto. So then I was like, all right, definitely not me. But there was a point where I was like, we might see two position players in the World Series going back and forth.
Up front of your left, JP.
You guys got through the game last night with two catchers. The Dodgers made Will wear it for 18 innings. As somebody who's moved around the field quite a bit, can you compare just the physical toll of playing catcher for that long compared to anything else?
Yeah, I mean, when I caught, I felt it after the 7th inning. So for Will to be back there all 18, I mean, that was very impressive, and that's why he's one of the the top catchers in the league, and he proves it day in and day out. So a lot of props to him, and Kirky's done a great job, and Heineman came in for I think 7 innings. I thought he was in there for 3, but I actually looked and it was 7. I thought I played 9 innings, and then they said I played 12. So it was it was an impressive game from the backstops to be able to catch that long.
A few rows back, Gabe.
Yeah, Isaiah, kind of piggybacking off that, you guys have gotten so used to these shift changes. I think you had 3 leadoff hitters, and they each got 3 at-bats last night, which no one expected, of course. But to what extent is that helpful in October, especially in your position, knowing Bo probably can't play 9 innings a night, just being ready for any situation and knowing that there's a very likely chance you're going to be called upon?
Yeah, obviously you'd want Bo out there as much as you can. But I feel like our role players know when our opportunity usually would come, and we were ready for the opportunity last night, and it just so happened that we ended up playing longer than the starters. But we know when our names would be called in certain situations, and everybody does a great job of preparing for that role. And last night, we came in and we weren't really able to get the job done, but everybody knows their role, and we just try to pass the baton.
Shy.
Izzy, you've mentioned base running a couple times. You had the play at third. In a game like that, how much does the desire to kind of push and kind of put an end to it play into aggressiveness, and what's the balance between sort of pushing too far and then having the right level of aggressiveness?
Yeah, that one's a game of inches right there. I felt like that was a turning point of the game, in my personal opinion. I felt like it was the right play to go. In hindsight, I probably should have just kept running, because if Freddie catches the ball, he tags me out in a double play anyway. Tommy made an incredible play, and by him making that throw, I felt like the momentum shift. But I don't think I did anything wrong on that play. I thought I made the right read. In the World Series, you got to win the game. So I was out there playing to win, and just so happened that Tommy made an incredible play, and I felt like that shifted the momentum in their favor. But to make the second out and not the first or third, I thought it was the right read, and I'll make that I'll go every time. It just so happened to not work out, and Tommy made that huge play, and I felt like it was a big momentum shifter.
And just when you mentioned seeing Bieber and the respect you have for him when he goes out to the bullpen there, is there a part of you and your teammates thinking, we can't let our starter tomorrow end up in this game because then we're really chasing it tomorrow? How does that impact how you're playing maybe in the moment?
I feel like our mentality as a team has always been next man up, so the next guy would have been ready. If Bieber was to pitch yesterday, someone would have stepped up today. So I don't think anybody questioned anything of that nature just because of the way our team responds as a whole. You could have seen Seabass start the game, or I don't know who else, but I'm sure someone would have stepped up, and that's kind of been the motto all year, is next man up. So even with George, we don't know what's happening yet, but whatever goes on, it's always been next man up.
Second row right in the middle.
Isaiah, there was a group of players that started the game and a group of players that ended the game. And a lot of those guys, on many occasions this year, came through with big base hits. Did you feel like there's an extra sense of disappointment among that group? And did you find yourself at night thinking, if this little thing would have went right or this little thing, we would have won this game?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. The special thing about this group is, when we switch the lineup or we flip the lineup, we expect to get the job done. We weren't able to get the job done last night, and yeah, going to bed last night, I definitely thought that the play Tommy made was huge. So that one kind of bugged me a little bit, but you got to flush it, and there's a new game today. But I thought that was a huge play by Tommy.
A couple last questions. Anything else? We'll finish with Shy.
You mentioned not knowing yet about George. Just what was that like seeing him leave the game, and describe a little bit the impact you've seen him have this postseason?
Yeah, I mean, George has been incredible in his career in the postseason, probably a postseason Hall of Famer. So for him to go down, that hurt, just because, we've known the type of moments that he's capable of. So that definitely hurt. But, Ty France steps in, and he's an all-star. So it's as much as it hurts, we got a lot of depth, and we're going to rely on that this whole series. So, as much as, we would love to have George, we trust the next guy.
All right, IKF, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good luck today. John Schneider will be down in about 15 minutes, and the Blue Jays Game 5 starter will be down at 3:30, but Schneider's up next in about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to get started with John. We'll start right up front to John's left.
Check, check. John, good to see you as always. Maury, the Razamoka Show. How's everybody looking today? Are they well rested? Because my question is, after an 18-inning game, do you get as an athlete, do you get a second wind? Does it fuel you to work even harder when you have a game the same day?
No, no, excuse me. At this point, I don't think so. It's, a few guys have played all 18. It's the World Series. Everyone's feeling good. They like these situations. We've responded well in these situations. In terms of second win, no, man. It's just wake up, get ready to do it again.
So, quick follow-up. Everyone was going crazy about the fruit plate. Can you order a fruit plate to the dugout, or did the fruit plate just show up?
Yeah, just Uber Eats. Yeah, our nutritionist Yuka did a great job and a great presentation. It was like a charcuterie fruit board. So you get nice things in the World Series.
Nice. Go to the fourth row on your right.
Hey, John. Shane Bieber, been with the team only, since July, coming back from a serious injury. What's impressed you the most about him in the couple months you've been around him?
Just his professionalism and how he prepares. He's kind of a complete pitcher, He's won some awards. He's been in some big moments. He understands how the game works. He came down to me and Pete in the 11th and said, "Let me know when you need me to get going." So he's fit in extremely well here, and being around some other veteran pitchers has been cool to watch him kind of just dive right in with them. But I think this is why you acquire a guy like this, and why we put him on this day. Not expecting an 18-inning game last night, but, I think giving him the best shot to have a pretty good start.
And one row ahead, Ben.
Hey, John. As George is trying to determine his readiness for today, what sort of stuff is he doing behind the scenes to get a sense of whether he's going to be good to go?
Just kind of getting himself moving and swinging. I think swinging will be the key to see to determine if he's in there or not. But he was first one here, a lot of treatment, a lot of work, and Georgie's going to do everything he can to be ready.
And just on the base running from last night, obviously it wasn't the result that you guys would have wanted with Davis getting thrown out of the plate or IKF at third. At the same time, Edman made some unbelievable throws. How do you assess those couple plays in particular? The Davis one, I think Carlos Fablis is one of the best, if not the best, third base coaches in baseball, and has been in this stage before. I thought it was a good send. You made Teo make a perfect throw. You made Edman make a perfect throw, knowing that they're not pitching to Vlad. Vlad wasn't swinging there. So, not saying that Izzy couldn't have hit a 3-run homer, but I thought it was the right move at that time, and they made 2 really good throws. The other one with Izzy going first to third, that's kind of reaction. It's tough to hear Bud if you can, in that environment. And that's how we and Izzy run the bases. I think just in hindsight, if you pick Carlos up maybe a little bit earlier, but again, man, that was a hell of a play by Edman.
We'll stay in the same row with Mike.
Sticking with George, you said after the ALCS you'll take him on one leg over a lot of people. Does the same apply to whatever it is that's bothering him? If George Springer is capable, you want him in the lineup?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he plays for moments like this. You know, and I think I told you guys yesterday, whenever this season's over, you guys would be surprised to see kind of how much he is grinding physically. So, yeah, if he's good to go in any way, shape, or form, I want George in there.
And I know you said you have two lineups. In the one where George is not playing, is Bo Bichette your DH, or is he still playing second?
Yeah, Bo will DH if George does not.
Okay, Ron here.
A couple of things. What did the scan show on George?
That he's hour to hour and day to day.
What is the exact strain? Is it oblique or something else? Or?
No, it just said hour to hour.
And is Savage your Game 5 starter?
Yeah, Trey's tomorrow.
And then looking back at last night, the way the game played out, would you be in favor of the Ghost Runner sticking around in the postseason games?
I don't know. I'd be in favor of the challenge system that's being implemented next year. Ghost Runner, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of a traditionalist when it comes to baseball. It's kind of unique because that's how you play for 162, and then that, you know, goes away. But with that, I think you gotta structure your roster accordingly to try to handle some of those situations. So, yeah, I don't know.
Fifth row on your left, Tyler.
John, kind of speaking of the Ghost Runner in terms of baseball's willingness to change rules that we've had for a long time, if there were to put in a rule sometime and say you can only intentionally walk a guy like one time a game, you know, would that be something that you would agree with, disagree with? And what do you think about that idea?
I haven't thought about it. Intentional walk's a part of the game, you know. So, yeah, I haven't thought about that at all. Seen it happen to some of my players quite a bit, and yeah, I don't think that rule's coming anytime soon. I don't think. I think if that rule comes in, they should also put in a rule that if you're a starting pitcher and you're done pitching, you can't hit.
Go one row ahead to Gabe.
Hey, John. If it came down to you having to use a position player last night, who might have been the choice among the group that was still in the game?
To pitch?
Or would that have not come?
Shane Bieber.
Okay. And with obviously the ramifications of today, win or lose, how do you sort of balance the urgency of going to get Shane when maybe you think you might need to versus what all your guys are coming off from last night?
I mean, everyone is available tonight except for Lauer. Again, some in longer spurts than others, and you kind of just read the situation. You're never expecting an 18-inning game, right? Postseason, you can kind of, you can look at it historically. There's a higher chance for some extra innings, but not 18 because of the no ghost runner and things like that. But it's I'm going to trust Shane as much as we can and give him every chance to really go out and execute.
We'll stay there, Rashai.
John, was there any possibility that Trey could have come into the game last night?
After Shane, yeah.
We'll go far back on your right with Jesse.
John, I had two for you. You mentioned that the use of the intentional walk could be in play with Shohei moving forward. You wouldn't do that in the first inning, would you?
Haven't decided yet.
So it's possible. Next question. You mentioned in the last couple of days how part of the Blue Jays way is using the whole roster. But in doing that, like last night, you did take out some of your better hitters.
Yeah.
What's that balance like? Obviously, trying to score runs in the moment, but understanding you could get a lot more at bats for those guys.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough balance. That's how we played all year, and it's a little bit different now with some guys feeling physically how they're feeling, and didn't expect George to be out of the lineup, obviously, but I think I've said this so many times. I trust every guy on the roster. Sometimes it's not George or Vlad getting the big hit or hitting the big homer, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's a role player, sometimes it's a bunt, sometimes it's a play, so definitely didn't, think about some of those guys getting 4 at-bats yesterday for sure, but I think that's kind of how we've played all year. When you have a lead at a certain point of the game, you try to make some marginal upgrades where you can.
We'll go back to Mike in the third row.
With Trey, you knew this was going to happen, obviously, when you started him in game one, but it'll be his first road start in the playoffs. Was it sort of intentional, at least early on, to keep him at home and not pitch in New York? And I don't even know if Seattle came into it, but is this something that you've sort of protected him from, and is there something you've seen that says, okay, let's go on the road?
I think with each passing day he's here, he gets more comfortable. And we did that a little bit intentionally in the New York series, but kind of how it's lined up with rest and performance, knowing that he was going to be on normal rest for game one, be on normal rest again for tomorrow. I think kind of having his feet on the ground here for a couple days was important, and kind of seeing the environment and feeling it a little bit, but have no reservations about him pitching on the road. He's going to pitch on the road a lot over the course of his career, so didn't really come into play with this one.
Last question or two, if there is anything. All right, Schneider, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Trey Yesavage will be down here at about 3:30.
That Where do things here? Wonderful. It's funny because did he see the highlights of the 175 as a I think we should probably hold the 50. That's my list. 500, I think, but like, much appreciated, my friend.
Doesn't look like there's vignetting though.
Yeah, it's so funny. You don't hear it. I'm here.
All right, Trey, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Who's got the first question? We'll start with Mitch on your right.
Trey, you were one of the few guys who didn't get into last night's game. I'm just wondering, what was that like, kind of you're in the game, but you get to spectate all that?
Yeah, it was the longest game I've ever been part of. 18 innings of baseball is not easy on anybody, especially the guys playing in the game, the bullpen guys. So I kind of had it easy in that situation, but being able to be out there and show support for my team all 18 innings was all I could do.
I know at some point Shane said, hey, if you need me to go out there to the bullpen, I'll go. Was there a point in that game where you thought there's a chance I could get into this?
Yeah, when I saw Shane go down there, I was like, anything's possible at this point, just depending on how long it went.
Go to Mike in the second row on your right, Trey.
Hey, Trey, you've had a whole bunch of, holy crap, this is the big league moments, right? Was that last night another one of those for you, seeing those 18 innings?
Yeah, definitely. Seeing two really good teams go at it for 7 hours, it's just really awesome to be a part of that. Never would have expected I'd been in that situation, but just being a part of this team and being able to just be in that dogfight with them, even without playing.
And I know you're hoping it's not the case tomorrow, But if it is the case that you guys are facing elimination, how much does pitching in Game 6 against Seattle help you with the assignment?
I mean, I pitched with our back against the wall already, so I've experienced it, and I'm ready to pitch with our back against the wall, or I'm ready to pitch to send this thing to Toronto.
Third row on your left, Trey.
Hi, Trey. I wonder what you may have gleaned about pitching here at Dodger Stadium, maybe from Max or from anyone else on the staff. Does anyone share anything about insights about what it's like to be on the mound in this park?
No one has said really much about it. We play in front of big crowds too, so
Yeah.
we're
Anything
ready.
you gleaned, though, from watching yesterday just about that experience, being on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, their fans here are pretty good. They're into it the entire game, so it should be a lot of environment.
We'll stay right there.
Hey, Trey, just wondering what about your journey this season has prepared you for this next biggest moment?
Every single part of it. Each day I learn something new. I take something away from my game or someone else's game. So just stacking all those days up this entire season has led me to this point.
Fifth row on your right, Trey.
Hey, Trey. Long season for you, started in single A. You've had a chance to play with the entire organization. The big league club, of course, deserving of a lot of shine. What's your message to all your former teammates in the minors as you're the advanced party of all those guys hoping to do what you're doing real soon?
Well, we need them supporting us the rest of the way out, but I mean, just keep showing up to work, attack this off season, and I'll see you guys in spring training.
Go to the fourth row on your right, Trey.
Hey, Trey, you mentioned earlier just having that experience of pitching with your team's back against the wall and potentially doing that again tomorrow. Just what does it mean to you to have that trust from John and from your team?
It's massive. Being a rookie that's 22 years old and having that weight put on your shoulders, it's a big deal. But everyone in this clubhouse has my back. But I'm praying that we don't go. It's not our back. I get back against the wall situation tomorrow.
Up front on your left, Ron.
When do you know in an outing whether your stuff is dominant electric like it was against the Yankees, or if it's more of a struggle like last game? Is it in the bullpen? Is it after 5 pitches in the first inning, a few batters?
It's just whenever my command just gets a little spotty. When I'm not able to execute the fastball efficiently, that's when my off-speed stuff starts to disappear. So that can happen at any time during an outing or even before.
And throughout the years when you pitch batting practice early in the year against your teammates, what's the compliment you've gotten on how hard your stuff is to hit that stuck with you the most?
Just everything plays off each other. Everything looks like a heater out of the hand, and then it could be a heater, slider, or splitter. It's just a 3-sided coin flip.
Go to the third row on your left.
Trey, will you have friends and family in the crowd tomorrow?
I'll have my parents and my brother Cole.
And we'll go back to the right with Mitch.
Trey, we know George has been playing through a lot this month, like the wrist, the knee, obviously, and I'm sure other stuff. He's finally been held out of a lineup today. Just what does that show you about kind of what a battle October becomes after such a long season with all the guys playing through stuff, and then George finally kind of reaching a point where he can't play?
Yeah, it's a long season, longest season in sports. So our bodies go through a lot. There's a lot of stress and strain on our body. And I mean, George, that guy shows up every day to the park to be out there and compete for this team. So I'm sure we'll see him again. But I'm just praying that he'll be a part of this again. And I mean, it's a long season.
Any other questions? All right, Trey, thanks so much. We'll see you later. Good luck to you guys tonight. And that concludes today's pregame.